so happy to welcome back to the show this morning our beloved antiques appraiser, Dr. Lori. Good morning.
Good morning,
Welcome back.
Thank you, honey. It's nice to see you.
I'm excited for some of our coworkers this morning because they have brought in some things that they would like for you to appraise. And you know, I'm thinking maybe we have some millionaires that are working here and maybe they get to quit today.
That's right. Fiji.
Probably not.
There's a flight to Fiji this afternoon. They're going to be on it, right?
We get to go on it.
Yeah,
if
we
they
go. Right. We win too.
All right. So, and this is what happens a lot, though. People have things in their house, you know, their home. They don't know what they're worth. They don't know. Maybe it was passed down from grandma, granddad, and they say, "I just don't know."
Yeah, it's an inheritance, or we picked it up at a flea market, or we just never got rid of it.
Yeah.
So let's start. And the first thing I always do. I don't know how you are, but when I go through things, I like to clean out the junk first.
Okay.
So we get sort of that stuff out of the way. So I'm starting here.
Okay,
God lover, you know, okay, I have all my Christian beliefs too, but these particular pieces don't bring a lot of value in the marketplace.
Okay.
Value on this, more sentimental, keep it, it's great, pay homage, about $5. Same thing for this painting.
Okay.
But why, Dr. Lori, you don't like this painting? Well, it's not that I don't like this painting. This painting isn't of high quality. Okay, so this is actually not even a painting, it's... You hear that? It's a print that's put onto a piece of cardboard and then they highlighted it.
Well, they sure made it look good.
Yeah, they made it look good. So we're going to move those out of the way.
Okay. Be gentle here. We'll take those. Okay.
Yes, be gentle. And then there are certain pieces that we see a lot of. So if you see something that there's a lot of, for example, multiples, and in the 1960s, these little dolls made of vinyl were very, very popular, and lots of people had them.
They're very cute.
They're awfully cute, and they are typical of the middle part of the 1960s, and value on them about $5.
Oh, all right. So they're just cute.
They're just cute. So we got rid of some of the sort of not so valuable pieces. But, you know, I'm looking at that box over there.
This here.
Yeah.
Oh, you have the gloves on. I should let you. I could be carrying, you know, $1 million box there.
The gloves are to make sure the oils on your hands don't get transferred to objects and attract dirt. This particular box is a typical example, and a typical example here of this box is, in fact, when I look at this, I go, okay, somebody went to Spain and they brought back a Moorish box because, of course, the Moors, or, of course, the Middle Eastern wars with Spain took place for 700 years, and many of their designs are transferred into boxes like these particular ones.
Okay.
This one dates to about the middle part of the 1960s, and value on this one is about $125.
Oh, that's pretty good.
For a nice souvenir collectible
piece.
Paintings are always a good investment if you buy the right ones.
Okay.
So remember, you want to know if you have an acrylic painting or a oil painting. And the acrylic paint will look like the acrylics on your nails, right? Nice and shiny. This is an oil painting. It's rather matte or flat. This particular painting is valued just about $100 as well.
Okay, all right.
So we're doing okay. So
we're doing
far,
okay.
So good.
But you think there's some better things?
And I know there's some better things.
Okay, of course you do.
So this particular piece is a piece of moriage. What's moriage?
Yeah,
well,
what is moriage?
Moriage is this wet slipware that is actually painted on. So it has a nice texture to it on a piece of porcelain. And this, for those of you who don't know, your individual ashtrays, this is a little cigarette box.
Yes, there's two little.
Beautiful. A nice piece, and value on that about $50, dates to about the 1920s.
Okay.
But some of the more valuable pieces.
From this.
Yeah, well, because it's pretty and cute, right?
Okay.
So don't let the beauty get you. I want you to think about this. If you'll hold up that lock, that lock, of course, is for Norfolk Western Railway. And the railroad collectibles are very desirable. Okay. People love the railroad collectibles, like the lock. The lock is from the Norfolk and Western Railway, and railroad collectors like that will pay about $200 for that lock.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
But you know what you'll be surprised to learn? They will actually, I think we're going to deal a little poker.
Okay, we're going to play a game. You know I love my games.
All right, we'll play one
Give
shot.
Give me a good hand.
You ready? Okay. Okay. High or low? You ready? High or low? You ready?
Okay.
High or low?
Low. Wow.
Kind of low. Okay, no, five of diamonds. Anyway, this particular piece is a good example of, again, right here, Norfolk and Western Railway. And people will collect only playing cards. If you collect in one category, you only get the people who are attracted to that particular category. This piece falls into more than one category. Playing card collectors want it, and also railway collectors want it.
Tongue twister. I
can't get my name down. And value on this is just about $75 just for some playing cards. This will be the first thing you're going to throw out when you're doing, you know, an appraisal. You're going, I'm getting rid of that. But very, very desirable. Those are really nice.
So Candy needs to keep these.
Candy needs to keep these. Now, you know a little bit about golf here in South Florida, right?
Yes, yes.
Now, we have the hole right here, the whole set.
The
of
whole
golf
set.
clubs with the, you know, circa 1960s or so golf bag, which has individual holes for each of, again, the clubs.
Thinking golf collectors may really like this.
They really like this. So you've got, you know, you got some irons, you've got, of course, some woods, you've got some nice, and you've got the putter. I went through the rest of these, and they're about $200 worth of clubs there, and another $15 for the bag.
Okay.
But this putter, which is a relatively old putter from the 1940s,
does that not go with that set?
does not go with that set. And the putter is worth just about $210.
Oh, so just the putter alone is what worth everything else is together.
So sometimes you have to rummage through the whole set in order to find the diamond in the rough.
Good to know. Well, as we close, what's the take home? You know, where people are trying to figure out what's the biggest piece of advice you can give them.
Remember,
I know storage is big too.
Condition is very important. Make sure that you, if you are collecting pieces, hold on to the precious metals, the jewelry, the sterling silver. Make sure you don't get rid of fine art, paintings, sculptures, architectural elements in your home. Oftentimes people overlook.
Okay.
So think about those before you send them out to the yard sale or the flea market. And, you know, don't let it go until you know what it's worth. And right here, I'll let you know what it's worth. Yeah, we'll do it right here on Fox 4.
So none of our coworkers will be flying to Fiji today.
Maybe you and I can go.
Time. Let's just go. Yeah, I mean, I told you I was traveling with you. Dr. Laurie, we love when you're here. Thank you so much. We look forward to having you back. And of course, for more on Dr. Laurie or today's segment, all you have to do is head to our website, fox4morningblend.com.
Up next, canine advice. Find out if it's possible to teach an old dog new tricks when it comes to your dog's bad behavior.